you get loud and all in your feelings about Braun. When Braun, he talking to a black billionaire, but when he talking to a white billionaire, you humble.
All right, so Stephen A. Smith was checked, as we can see. Yo, her spouse replied bluntly, I wish you were here. Given how serious he was, I assumed you would be present in person. He most likely intended to wait until the camera stopped rolling before checking in with Stephen A. Smith and telling him, hey, I didn't like what you said about my wife. However, you can see how Stephen A. Smith gave in. He was shut down. Additionally, Serena Williams' spouse even said, yo, oh, are you married? Yes. No, you're not. Oh, well, see, I talk about helping people get billion-dollar companies because that's what I do. Shut your mouth, he was saying to Stephen A. Smith while he sat there. You were not even wed. Therefore, you have no right to discuss what married people ought to do. Indeed, Stephen A. Smith was extremely quiet. Additionally, his co-host appeared a little uneasy as they most likely were unaware that Serena Williams' husband was going to perform that live on television.
Next week I think you had some marriage advice for me. Is that right? Or
Well, you know what? Listen, I didn't. People, headlines are headlines. We can get into that another time, but I was
hoping you were going to be here.
I am not qualified. Married? Right. Oh no, not me. Well, I ain't qualified, my brother. I'm not qualified.
I was going to ask because you hadn't been married before, right?
I am married.
No, see.
He hasn't.
No. Okay. Yeah, because I give advice to plenty of founders who want to build billion-dollar companies, and the reason I do that is because I build billion-dollar companies.
Yeah.
So I generally try to stay in my lane as advice.
Then we'll talk marriage advice later. I've been 13 years strong. We got
Deal.
you. Alexis, thank you so much. Athletics NYC 2-night event in New York. Incredible. Can't wait to watch. I'm looking for a Tiffany's crown. Appreciate you, Alexis.
Serena Williams, she is married to billionaire Alexis Ohanian. And he came on First Take today to promote some new event that he's got going on with Atheos and all of that. And, people are talking about how he came at me, and took a slide dig, because of what I said and, when Serena Williams was on stage performing at the Super Bowl. I've never met this man. I wish I was in studio today, but I'm not. I have a speaking engagement, so I'm out of town. That's why I was not there today. It would have been nice to meet him. I don't know the man. I have nothing against him whatsoever. I don't recall saying a negative word about him. It's just that when Super Bowl Sunday took place, when Kendrick Lamar was performing, Serena Williams came on stage, dancing to all of that. And according to the reports and stuff like that, she's the ex of Drake. Essentially, what I said was, why that energy for an ex? If, that was my wife, I don't want to see that. And so because of that, that's what he was alluding to. I'm glad that it didn't escalate or anything like that. He is her husband. He loves her dearly. They have 2 wonderful children together. And I have absolutely no issue with him whatsoever wanting to address that situation with me because that's her husband. And I certainly meant no disrespect towards him at all. I was just saying that men, knowing us as men, if we're married and our wife is showing energy towards anybody else, even in a negative way, we're asking ourselves, if you're happy, why show that energy? That's it. But that's all it was. But I wasn't going to get into it on national television. I'm a professional. Now, if it had escalated and he wanted to get into it more, we'd kept the cameras rolling. I'd have said fine. But he was sitting there saying, you wasn't married, right? So, you give him marital advice. That's how he framed it. And he says, I give advice about building companies because that's what I do, essentially implying that I'm not married, so who am I to say something like that? I'm saying paraphrase it. I think that's a fair comment on his part. I don't have to agree with it, but I took no offense to it, and if I had been in studio and that was something that he wanted to broach, I would have reiterated what I said, maybe in a more respectable manner than my initial reaction after Super Bowl Sunday when I was just having fun. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I respect him. That's her husband. That's his wife. And evidently, he didn't like what I said. I respect it, and I wish him and his wonderful wife, who I think is the GOAT, greatest.
Come on, Stephen A., bro. You get loud and all in your feelings about Bron. When Bron, he talking to a black billionaire, but when you talking to a white billionaire, you humble. And you come back on your show talking real respectful, mild manner, man. It's like, bro, listen, bro. And you dogging the black women. Like, bro, let's stay out of politics and stick to talking about sports you never played. All right? Just stick to doing that, bro. We not gonna vote for you if you talk. I heard you talking about running. You don't do that, bro. We not gonna vote for you. No, we're not. But check this out, bro. Stop, bro. Okay, you do not have the same energy for other people, but you got the lot of energy for Bron and black women and not everybody else. Well, stop it.
After LeBron James faced Stephen A. Smith, he went on a world tour discussing LeBron James, what he would have done, what he should have done, what might have occurred, and this, that, and the third. Let's see if he still has the same enthusiasm for LeBron James. Let's see if he responds, oh, you know, I would have done this if I had been in the studio when Serena Williams' husband checked me like that. That is what I would have said.
LeBron James. And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar. It was fresh out of a timeout. It was him walking to the basketball court. It was on national television. The cameras were rolling. And had I done something, what do y'all want me to do? You want me to act? You want this to be a reincarnation of Chris Rock and Will Smith? And let me state for the record that while we bring up that, let me assure you it wouldn't have gone down like that. I would have gotten my ass kicked. Because had that man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately. That I'm not going to tolerate.
I know he's gonna be happy as hell. He's going to be smiling from ear to ear when he hears me talking about him again. Oh, my God. He's going to get home and grab some ice cream out of the freezer and sit in his chair in his tighty whities on the couch.
However, we are all aware that he won't, and for that reason, Stephen A. Smith was being criticized by everyone for allowing this man to check him in that manner on this show. And man, he had nothing at all to reply, to the extent that her husband was sitting there showing Stephen A. Smith how wealthy and powerful he was. That is Stephen A. Smith's vernacular when he speaks to his co-host, other co-workers, and colleagues, among other people. He enjoys doing that to them. However, he is as silent as a church mouse when it is done to him. Therefore, I would appreciate it if you could leave a comment below. Your opinions regarding today's video would be greatly appreciated. Remember to press the like button. Remember to click the subscribe button as well. If you're a new subscriber, leave a comment. I'll see you all at the next one, and we men are out. Calm.